Clap. We're in it. We're in it.
We're in it.
Friends, hello and welcome. I am here with the talented and lovely Emily. What's your last name? I don't know your last name.
Lin. Lin.
So she claims. I'm very excited. Thank you for having me into your home.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I love lending out my couch.
Yes. We're going to be reading some of the Am I the A-hole stories. Do you want to read first or do you want me to read first?
No, I mean, I can get started.
Okay.
So this one's called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Sister Her Kids Are the Devil Spawn? I'll find out. So I, 18 female, have an older sister, 31 female, who is married with 2 kids, 1 8 and 1 5. Ever since my niece and nephew were young, they were spoiled silly and would throw a tantrum in order to get what they wanted. My sister, being the oldest in the family, would never say no, and on the off occasion that she did, my niece and nephew would cry and scream until my sister gave in and got them whatever expensive gift they wanted. Okay, so a few years ago, my sister had gotten them iPads, and ever since then, they have been glued to them, and if you took it away or lost charge, they would throw a fit. My niece and nephew have no regard for anyone's feelings and have gotten to a stage where they will outright tell people, "You're not my mom, and I'm not listening to you," or "I don't need to do what you tell me to," and it causes my family to be annoyed. Okay, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love them with all my heart, but the way they speak and act toward family and friends is downright rude. My sister doesn't punish them for it, and she encourages it, saying they're young and we shouldn't get mad. My nephew has a knack for picking on his sister, especially when he has a friend over, which leads to my niece crying and seeking comfort. Whenever they visit the house, they will run around and cause a mess, yelling and screaming. They refuse to eat the food my parents make. This is very long. People love to give the full story. It all came to a boiling point.
Okay.
When my nephew and niece were jumping around in my younger sister's room and yelling at her, I walked into the room to ask what was going on. They looked at me and said, "We don't love you. You aren't our mom," which generally hurt me so bad. This lady is like very oversensitive. I don't know what came over me, but I let out everything that I had kept bottled up, saying things that my family never dared to say, and finished it by saying, "Your kids are the devil spawn, and I suggest you start punishing them for how they act," and left to my room, where I'm currently typing this out. I mean, like, I don't necessarily think she's the asshole for saying that. I would say I am irritated that she's taking all of these things so to heart.
So personally?
Yeah, I'm like, chill,
like,
lady.
You'll never believe what this baby said to me.
Yeah, I can't believe they said, "You're not my mom. I don't have to listen to you."
First of all, she's not. Right? They did get her there.
Oh my God, yeah, truth.
It honestly feels like she has not been wronged that much. The kids were like, "Hey, I don't want to do what you said." And they're like, "You are the devil. The devil's children hath come to bring wrath upon my family, and you must punish their wicked tongues."
And my sister looked at me and said, "You're not a mother, so you can't judge my parenting."
Ooh. And I feel like that there's something to that because, it's like I don't understand what that experience is like, but it's like, I don't need to be a dog owner to know you shouldn't like shoot at your dog, right? Like I don't buy that like you're not a mom, you don't know how kids should be treated. It's like I've been a person.
Yes.
I've had a mom.
Did you ever watch the show is it like Nanny 911?
No.
Oh my
No. Tell me about Nanny 911.
Yeah, so I feel like it was in the era of probably early 2000s where all the crazy reality TV shows were coming out.
When I was just born.
Yeah, so Nanny 911 is basically they find families with horrible children.
Okay.
And they bring in this incredibly strict, like, British lady.
I was hoping she'd be British.
Hair slicked back tight, bun, like, so tight her forehead has no wrinkles, kind of, like...
Okay.
Like, a suit and, like, with a skirt or whatever. And, like, it's just... very like I mean like yes the children did act like devil spawn,
sure,
but
is it like a Caesar Milan situation?
I don't know what Caesar Milan
he is the dog whisperer, and he would come in and he'd be like shh to the dogs when they would like get up on the counter, and he was like, like the real problem is that your like 5-pound dog thinks he's like in charge of the house, and you'd need to strike fear into your dog.
Yes, like you have to be the alpha.
Yeah, where people like you need to be the alpha to your like 3-year-old?
No, I don't
Okay.
think she was like that.
Okay.
I think she was just really mean. And that works. You guys,
Yeah.
punishment works.
Punishment works, and they don't come out all fucked up later. They're like super cool.
Yeah.
I turned out fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
turned out fine.
I guess I do want to see like a 9911
Follow up?
Like,
Yeah.
where are they now?
Yeah, they're all.
They're all like CEOs being raised so well by British nannies. on
I'm sure.
television.
It's like it's good parenting because they're quiet. It's going well because they just don't want to move or talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Resolution, I find everyone guilty. I don't know who's the a-hole or not, but
Everyone here is
everyone's guilty. Straight to jail.
Yeah, okay. What's
Straight
my
to the
resolution?
gulag.
I would say not guilty, but I don't want to be your friend,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is jail in and
That's
of
fair.
itself. It's another type
That's
of punishment.
the greatest jail. The greatest jail.
Emily doesn't
A
like
fate
you.
worse than death. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister her baby's name sounds like a dog's name, and now she won't talk to me? My sister had a baby. I'm happy for her. Her baby's name is Ruff. It's Ruff. R-U-F-F.
No!
It sounds like a dog. I thought she was joking and laughed. I was wrong. She asked me why I was laughing. I said it sounded like a dog barking. Quote, ruff. I thought we were laughing, but she got mad. She said I was being disrespectful and that name had meaning to her and her husband. In fact, her dog used to say it all the time. We'll edit that out. They love an obscure video game character. I told her that she can name her child whatever she wants, but people will associate it, and it might be hard for him in school. She won't return my texts or calls. My mom says I should have kept my mouth shut. Am I the only one seeing this? I didn't mean to be a jerk, but rough? I can't be the only one who thinks this could backfire. So I told my sister her baby's name sounds like a dog's name. Is she overreacting? Am I the a-hole?
She's just being pragmatic. Is her sister overreacting? To be honest, I don't think so. In the sense that, like, maybe her sister didn't realize it, and now she's coming to terms with the fact that for the rest of her life, she knows that she's named her kid after a dog barking.
Right. And here's the thing. It's not named after, like, her husband's grandfather who died in the war of, like, I don't know what people died from, like
World War II is probably
syphilis or something.
Oh, okay.
Is that what people died from in World War II? For the history buffs, let me
Yeah.
know what went wrong back there. I hear it was bad. We'll edit that out. And we'll leave in me saying that I'll edit it out. But the real question is this: does this part come out? The answer is yes.
Yeah, though I guess tangent.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I am a very frequent purveyor of Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
And there's certain categories that come up and over again. And one of
Okay.
them is like, naming kids.
Mm.
And the resolution is usually like, am I the asshole for pointing out that their child will have a hard time,
Yeah.
a rough time in school? Right?
They're having a rough time. They're not even born.
And then I'm just like, doesn't everyone have a rough time in school for the most part? Like at some
Yeah.
point, I don't know, maybe I was like bullied sometimes. I was sometimes also the bully, but hey, it builds
Okay.
character. Right?
Bullying.
No. Okay. Yes, maybe. Oh my god, I'm being so insensitive right now.
No. It's good for you. It's
Yeah,
good
I
for
don't
you.
know. There's, like,
you get to make them feel
levels.
small.
No. Okay, what I'm saying is I feel like there's like bullying that is bad and it's hurtful.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we don't want that kind of bullying.
Tell me about the good kind.
Okay, there's not good kind, but I'm saying it's like not horrible if like in the 3rd grade someone like makes fun of you because your name is Rough.
I mean, it's gonna come up.
It's gonna come up.
Did you get made
right?
fun of for your name?
No, I mean my name's Emily. It's like
Yeah.
very plain.
Yeah.
What did I get made fun of growing up? I don't know. I mean, I got like very
Short?
standard like
Did you get short? Sorry
I
for
didn't
me to
get-
be pitching things that you could be. That felt
only
rude.
for tall people.
Yeah.
which is actually also not untrue. The only people who call me short are tall people.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who's gonna come up at your height and be like, whoa?
No, but I guess to that point, I will say being short is an advantage. And
Yes.
I always put this out there.
Okay.
I can do a lot of really bad things, and people will give me the benefit of the doubt because I'm small. And they're like, wow, so cute. She would never hurt a person. And the answer is I pinched boys in first grade.
Wow.
Yeah, that was me being a bully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're completely off topic.
We're very off topic.
What was this? Rough the name?
This was Rough the Name.
Yeah. I mean, I think my resolution is not the asshole. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry to your sister. Are you reading the answers?
I unfortunately, I'm sorry to get distracted. I was reading and I agree with you're not the asshole. Okay, so I'm just reading some like dialogue that someone pitched. And this person says, "Hi, my name is Ruff," and the person responds, "Oh, is that because your parents were doing it doggy style when you were conceived?" But it's actually because of a video game character. It has nothing to do with that. Along with a rousing chorus of "Who let the dogs out?" Okay.
So funny. Imagine if we named our children after like the position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
This is my son, me crying after.
okay.
No.
Oh my
No.
god. No.
Okay.
Sorry, I was going for like Friar Francis for missionary
Oh.
kind of thing.
Oh,
like
I
rough
see.
For doggy,
Okay.
Like yeehaw for cowgirl.
Okay. All right. So,
But crying after also works.
am I the a-hole for refusing to wake my boyfriend up in the morning, which made him almost lose his job? So I, 25 female, have been with my boyfriend, 25 male, for almost a year, and during our entire relationship, he has struggled with waking up in the morning because of his ADHD. He sleeps through all of his alarms, which usually means he is late for work. Sometimes it's only 10-15 minutes, but it can also stretch to 1 hour. His boss likes him and has given him plenty of chances, but yesterday he got his last warning that if he doesn't show up on time, he will lose his job. We've had a couple of discussions/arguments about this over the past year because he believes it's my responsibility as his girlfriend to wake him up, but I don't. Despite me waking him up from his alarms and being able to shove him out of bed if need be, I don't think it's my responsibility. He is an adult, has known about his ADHD since he was a child, and should by now have found some method that works. Him making it my responsibility turns me into a caregiver, mother, instead of a girlfriend. This doesn't mean I refuse to help him whatsoever. I've done plenty of research to find alternative methods, but either it didn't work or he refuses to do it. And I do wake him up when his alarms go off, but he decides to go back to sleep right after. If he had not done that, I would gladly wake him up every single day. And I know this is only my perspective and is most likely not true from his, but when he decides to just go back to sleep, it makes me seem like he doesn't want to try. Not to mention the fact that he is especially grumpy/angry in the mornings and has on several occasions yelled at me for waking him up and for not waking him up. And I don't want to help if he's just going to get mad, even though I know he doesn't mean it. But when his boss gave him his last warning yesterday, I felt so much guilt. Because had I just woken him up and been persistent, he wouldn't be in this situation. So I am at an impasse. Is it my responsibility? Am I in the wrong for not helping? Or should he, as an adult, be able to do this by himself? Because I kind of feel like the a-hole, but also not. I think she should
Exit the relationship.
I was gonna say she should wake him up, spoon feed him if he needs it. If he needs his diaper changed, baby needs diaper change. Sometimes,
Yeah, I mean, some people like mommy play, you know? Like, I'm not going to lie, if that's your thing and it's your kink, go for it. But I feel like if it was your kink, you wouldn't be posting it on Reddit.
yeah,
And just
they
enjoying
might be.
the relationship.
This is one where it's like, how do I propose that it's her fault? But she feels like it is. It's not your job to fix other people's things. And
What was even the situation? Waking up your boyfriend?
oh yeah, I was like, am I supposed to like,
Be my boyfriend's mom?
yeah, like is breastfeeding required or is it fine if I just pump? Like I think though that was the final question.
Yes.
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 Okay, there is an update though. We love an
Okay,
update.
yeah.
We love an update. He felt that way because he felt like he was a failure for not being able to do it. So, like a lot of you said, it was easier to blame me. We did agree to try the wake up light method, which we might have already talked about in the edit. I am not breaking up with him. I love him and want to keep helping him. Oh, girl, boss babe, you can do better, I'm sure. Maybe there's something really wrong with her. Maybe not.
Girl boss gatekeep gaslight?
Yeah, gas.
Gaslight girl keep.
Serve that gaslight,
I don't
boss
know.
babe. I made this post because I was unsure if I should have done more or if, in fact, he had taken no personal responsibility to make a change means I did all I could. He is well aware that he is the only one that can make a change. Neither I nor a psychologist can make that change for him. Ain't nobody can fix me. But I suggested talking to both a psychologist and finding other people with the same diagnoses as him so he has someone to talk to. Hopefully, we'll figure it out together. I agree.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I hope all the best for this very functional couple. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm not against like waking up the boyfriend in the sense of like, yeah, I mean, I think it's great to help your partner. And,
Sure.
But I think it's more so the reaction of blaming other people for your own mistakes is the unhealthy behavior here.
I think it's a cool, like, safety net. Like, hey, if I slept through this, but if it's, like, every morning and then I'm mad at you for not,
Yeah.
like,
That's the problem.
that is the problem. Not relationship ending.
But something to communicate about.
Yeah. Or push it down and lash out later.
Two
After
hot
you
takes.
hit the bottle. I was at the bottom of a bottle. You ever hear people say they're at the bottom of a bottle?
I've never heard that.
I
what
love
does
that.
that mean? Is that
It means
like
they're like,
drink a bunch of alcohol?
yeah, they're like super drunk. They're like, and I was at the bottom of a bottle.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for telling my friend that I'm not a spoiled brat? She just has daddy issues. I just went back to school this week, and on the first day back, I forgot my project that I was supposed to hand in. I had it prepared and put it in the back seat of the car, but I completely forgot to take it with me when I got out. I suddenly remembered it at lunchtime and asked my dad if he could drive back to school so I could get it, and he agreed. The drive from my house to school is around 15 minutes, and my dad's job only has a 4-day work week, so he was completely free. One of my friends kept on going on and on and on about how I'm such a spoiled brat, saying that she could never dream about her dad dropping everything because of her mistake. Her dad walked out on her as a kid, and her stepdad is an awful person. I asked her to just drop it, but she just doubled down. I eventually snapped and told her that I'm not a spoiled brat just because I don't have daddy issues like her. She bursted out crying, saying I crossed the line, and she has been ignoring me since then. Am I the a-hole? Oh, that's so sad.
Kind of called it, right? Like, that does seem like the scenario, but, just because you're correct doesn't mean you were right. Wow. Wow, we're really learning.
Oh, I feel enlightened and like a better person now after
Yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, I think a lot of it is just like chalked up to, it sounds like they're pretty young.
I was about to say
Honestly.
where it's like my project and like
I left my project at home and my dad came and picked me up and yeah.
she's like 40.
Yeah, this is actually my
Her dad came with one of those walkers that have the tennis balls on the front.
yeah.
And
He's like, here, honey, here's your laptop and your PowerPoint presentation USB that you forgot to present to your CEO or something like, I don't know. Random.
I feel like being a brat's like where you're demanding, where it's
Yeah.
like, Daddy, I want it now. Drop everything. But if you're like, hey, I forgot something, and he's like, oh, hey, I'll help you with that. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that might just be like lucky.
Right. Am I the a-hole for telling my brother's girlfriend to F off? We've been battling 120 heat where I live over the last week. Ugh.
Battling.
Yeah, my brother and his girlfriend came over to use my pool yesterday.
Okay.
I have 3 children and they're playing in the pool, and I see my brother's girlfriend yelling at my kids. I asked her what her problem was, and she goes off saying she just paid $1,000 for her hair and she doesn't want my children to jump and splash getting it wet. I told her I paid $100,000 for this pool for my kids to be able to jump and splash it, so she can fuck off about her $1,000 hair.
Mm-hmm.
She got butthurt and made my brother leave. My wife thinks I could have been nicer, but I cannot imagine someone telling my children how to play in their home and in their pool. My brother thinks I was wrong for rubbing my money in her face, but I feel like she started it talking about her $1,000 hair. My brother thinks I was being insensitive, but I said maybe his girlfriend will think twice before talking to other people's kids like that in their own fucking home.
Yeah. That is an expensive haircut, though.
For like...
But I guess people get their hair colored and like...
Yeah. So
I don't have long hair. I don't know what...
I mean, it depends where you go. Like, I could get my hair colored probably for around, like, I've gotten my hair colored for as much as up to $400.
Okay.
Right? And then after a cut, maybe it's like $100 to $200. This is
Okay.
like premium places. I don't spend this much money.
Okay.
And like if you get a perm alongside it, or you get like a keratin treatment to
Whoa.
like strengthen the strands.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole wide world of it can get to $1,000. I can see it
Wow.
happening.
Okay. Bad things happen to you.
yeah.
That's pretty much the deal,
I'm
though.
a very strong believer in
Yeah.
like sovereignty over your own home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like don't come into my home and be upset about things that happen in my own home because
Yeah.
you yourself put yourself in danger.
And
by
it's like,
coming
it's
into
in
my
a
space.
pool. Like, the complaint is, I'm getting wet. That's the whole premise. That's the whole deal. She doesn't have her hand over an electrical socket and they're
Yeah.
dumping water on her. She's in the pool.
There are times where maybe it's justified to be upset about something in someone else's home. And maybe that's because your life is in danger. But in this case, it's your hair is in danger. And
Okay. Bow, 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 bow. Keeping my energy up. Turning into a southern man with a southern plan and a southern farm and a goat that I don't harm. We're best friends, me and the goat. Me and the goat exchange a tender kiss. Me and the goat, we're gonna have some kids. Me and the goat. My wife is jealous of my goat. Am I the a-hole for intentionally not letting my neighbor in, causing her and her dog to sit outside in the dark?
Scary.
Sorry, what?
I said I'm scared.
Oh, I'm always scared. I live in an apartment block. To access the property after 8 p.m., you must carry your front door key with you. We were all told this prior to moving in. Tenant moved in downstairs, and she leaves the back door unlocked to allow herself to come and go without taking her key. She is not supposed to do this, and she has been told multiple times to take her front door key in case the door locks, which she has ignored. Unacceptable. She has started treating me like a literal doorman, knocking loudly on my windows and repeatedly buzzing my apartment to try to get me to open the door for her. It is daily and it riles up my dog every time, and it always occurs after 9 p.m. I have let her in twice in good faith, then told her the third time to take her key and that I will no longer be answering. She decided to go out with her dog this evening and again didn't bother to take her key. When she started buzzing and knocking on my windows loudly, I shut off my buzzer, gave my dog a treat, and closed the doors, deciding to ignore her and continue watching my movie instead. Okay. This is where I could be the a-hole. It's dark out at the moment, late, and she's out by herself with the dog. She's been out there for about 45 minutes. We also live in a shady area. Not dangerous, but definitely not pleasant at night. She has been sat outside on my doorstep on her phone, angrily ranting about me to her friends like I'm her dad. I don't know this woman, aside from her treating me like concierge. Am I the a-hole? Edit for update. I opened the door. I said I wouldn't, but quite frankly, I literally couldn't go to sleep knowing she and her dog were out there. I went downstairs and opened the door and told her that this was the last time, and I will be reporting it to management and calling the police if she knocks on my windows anymore. I'm just gonna hope that a few hours outside will get the message across. Sorry for everyone who told me not to give in, but it's nearing midnight here, and as much as she pisses me off, I'm not about to leave her out there. What do you think? Should she have left her out there?
I am biased towards kindness. So
That's sweet.
I definitely would say, yes, leave her out there for an hour.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of agony.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I do appreciate the I'm going to call management and the police warning. I think next time, maybe actually also just call management and the police that time too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, like, I think if she had left this woman out, like, over the course of the entire night, it's a bit of an a-hole move.
Yeah, I don't
doesn't-
think the police is a bit much. It's like management, sure.
Yeah.
You know, but like, she says I'm 100% calling management tomorrow to lodge a complaint against her. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I do think the knocking on the windows is a really funny visual where she's like,
That's actually
"Let me
very
in."
scary.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
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 I feel like the dog should be let in.
Yeah.
The dog should be let in.
She was an asshole for leaving the dog outside.
The lady, she can stay where she's at. I don't know. That's tough. I think in general, not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole.
Friends, it is time for me to get out of Emily's house.
Are we ending? Like, actually ending?
Oh, we're ending. We're ending my fellow gatekeeping
Okay.
boss
Okay.
babe
Are we
queen.
ending like it's like a actual like a?
We're not gonna
And
grab them.
that's it, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them, like, if you enjoyed this video, you can hit the like button and
okay.
subscribe.
Yes.
It actually does a lot for the channel's growth, and we will see you very, very soon in the next video. And until next time, I love you.
Okay. Peace. Bye.
Bye.